What's up, my Mind Your Money business folks? It's me yet again with another video on today's stock market news. As always, hopefully you are in the market and not trying to time the market because that is simply impossible to do. So what happened today? It says the S&P 500 notches 5-day win streak. NASDAQ gained 7% for the week as Wall Street shakes off trade war worries. So let's get into it. So it says U.S. stocks rose on Friday, notching weekly wins across the major averages after an easing in China-U.S. trade tensions. Investors also eyed President Trump's sweeping tax and spending bill, which failed to clear a key hurdle Friday as consumer confidence sank. So the S&P 500 moved up 0.7%, extending gains for a fifth day in a row. The Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 0.8%, while the NASDAQ Composite gained 0.5%. The tech-heavy index outperformed for the week, notching gains of roughly 7%. So if you had been in the market, you would be experiencing these gains. So Wall Street also ended the week on a quietly positive note after the surprise U.S.-China tariff rollback kicked it off with a bang and a rally in stocks. The S&P 500 has erased all of its 2025 losses and is positive for the year as an air of normality returned to the market. And that is so true. Everything that I had lost, and I had lost tens of thousands of dollars, and I have gained that money back and some, and my investments. So, that's true. All of the losses have been erased. So had you guys straddled the fence and saw that the market was down just a few months ago and you were afraid to invest, you missed out on some gains just recently, right? Scared money doesn't make any money, so remember that. Also, it says here in the article, investors have jumped back into risky assets, though some wariness has replaced those high spirits in the wake of Walmart's warning on tariff-fueled price hikes. So consumer sentiment fell in May as Americans grew more pessimistic about the inflation outlook, the latest University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Survey showed on Friday. So the index came in at 50.8, its second lowest reading on record from 52.2 for April. One-year inflation expectations jumped to 7.8%, the highest since 1981. Meanwhile, markets are staying vigilant for the next major development in Trump's trade push, with a focus on fresh deals and hints of shifts in the thaw with China. The president said Friday that the U.S. will be sending letters out essentially telling countries the tariff rates set for their imports within the coming weeks. His administration can't negotiate deals with all partners at once due to limited capacity. So also in focus was the vote on Trump's sweeping tax and spending bill and the complex negotiations around it. Despite Trump's call for unity this morning, Republicans voted to oppose the bill, which promises big tax cuts seen as likely positive for the economy, delivering a setback to its progress. Some notable outperformance this week includes Nvidia, which put its shares back into positive territory for the year. Very true. Tesla stock also capped a fourth straight week of gains, recouping a large chunk of losses from recent low on April 21st. Bitcoin hovered near 140,000 on Friday. The cryptocurrency has remained relatively steady this week as the overall market has climbed. So everything is getting back up. Can it go back down if these talks of tariff go sideways again? Anything is possible, people. Anything is possible. But you have to invest. You have to play this game of investing. You can't sit on the sidelines and do nothing. You have to do something. Trust me when I tell you, you have to do something, people. So let's see what some of my favorite stocks, the ones that I invest in, did today. How did they do today? So Nvidia, is this it? I don't know why my computer, for whatever reason, the updates on it come through very slowly. But either way, Nvidia gained a good 57 cents today, closing out at $145.40. I'll take that. You know, I remember talking about the losses of Nvidia and how much the market cap, meaning the value of the company, had gone down. It had gotten down to about 2.5 or 2.8 trillion. Now it's back up to $3.3 trillion. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. That's a lot of money that has been pumped back into the company. Just think about that. At least, you know, anywhere from 500 to maybe $700 billion have been invested back into this company in the last few weeks. That's a lot of money that just got pumped back into this company. The same with Tesla. You know, Tesla had gotten down to like maybe 800 billion. Now it's back up to $1.127 trillion market cap. Either way, Tesla gained $7.16 today, closing out at $349.98. Palantir gained $1.40 today, closing out at $129.52. Broadcom, however, lost $4.03 today, closing out at $228.61. My S&P 500 ETF, SPLG, gained 45 cents today, closing out at $69.90. My information technology ETF gained 36 cents today, closing out at $183.47. Again, I just have to talk about this. The stock had gotten down to like $150 a share, or lower at some point, just a few months ago, and now it's back up to $183. That's major. That's good news. That's good for me. My portfolio was actually green today, even though I took a little loss in Broadcom, but my overall stocks, the S&P 500 ETF, SPLG, my information technology ETF, FTEC, Nvidia, Palantir, Tesla, because of the gains from those stocks, I was in the green. I made some money. I made a nice little check today. And my portfolio is looking outstanding. So yeah. So I'm going to end this video here. Like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Let me know if you think anything at all. As always, lower your debt to income ratio. Get out of debt. Start living below your means, people. Start sacrificing now. Discipline yourself now so you can enjoy the future when you're older. When you want to be able to do what you want to do because you can. Disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I pretending to be one. Any and all information on my channel and in my videos are for entertainment purposes only. So please consult with a financial advisor before you invest any of your hard-earned money. So all right, you guys take care. Have a blessed weekend.